So take note. I came out to my garden this morning. All my beans are cut. So an animal doesn't come and just chomp through an entire line of beans like a scissors. And then move over and ignore the bell pepper and just come and cut all along the beans. This is getting ridiculous. This is getting absolutely ridiculous. All of my beans have been sabotaged. Remember when I just showed my peas? Yeah, now they're dying. This happens to me pretty much every year. Whenever I show something late at night, it's like instead of TPing, somebody gets shitty and comes over to my house and fucks with my garden. I just showed how great my beans and my peas were. Now somebody came. Look at what's here. This person will get busted. If this is your rotten kid, they will get busted. If this is your psycho fucking twat, karmic, they will get busted and you will get busted too. If you keep allowing this to happen to an innocent person, I'm sick of doing somebody else's karma because they got a fucking psychopath attached to them. Now it's oozing out onto me. So let's talk about narcissists. I'm gonna go get my hat on. Okay, here I am. Here's the hat I'm making. So the Minnesota Twins might mean something because I just filled this little container that a squirrel comes and visits, and I put peanuts in it. And I just put peanuts in. And then I'm making kind of a Twins themed hat. So this is actually, the hat will go on like this. So this is the bottom, and then I put a white stripe in it. And then I'm going to finish it with the blue and red and white. So I'm going to work on that. Let's talk about narcissists. This color blue might mean something. It's true, everything's better in a sunrise. Narcissists. Let's get real. The demonic entity inside a person that makes them narcissistic. You have to look at it that way. It's a demon. So in my spiritual work, I use different words because there are certain words that we say over and over so many times they start to lose meaning. And it just becomes a word rather than what the word means. We've heard it so many times. And for the record, I use common terms in spirituality such as twin flame, starseeds, all of that kind of thing. And just because you may have watched some dipshit on Netflix or something bastardizing these terms, it doesn't mean I am part of those people's fucked up whatever they did. I didn't even watch any of these Netflix things on Twin Flames or Starseeds. So if you are judging me or passing judgment on other people because of some whatever bullshit thing that you may have watched, just know those are people that are bastardizing common terms. And they don't own the terms twin flame or starseeds. Alright? Just like Scientology doesn't own the term high priest or high priestess. No. High priests and high priestesses go all the way back to ancient Egypt. And even further, back into Druids. You hear this? So just because you might say, oh, I connect that with that, so therefore they're that way. No, you're just uninformed. Okay? So we're just going to make sure everybody's on the same page. Narcissistic personality disorder. It is a diagnosis. It's a thing. And it is fucking scary. And a person isn't a narcissist unless they've been diagnosed with NPD. Yeah, no, you got to get out of that thought process. Because narcissists don't go into just the basis of being a narcissist. Narcissists don't walk through a psychologist's door and say, here I am, diagnose me with NPD. They just don't do that. I mean, some may do it, but the majority of them, no, they think everybody else, there's something wrong with everybody else and there's nothing wrong with them. So, because somebody doesn't have a diagnosis of NPD, that does not mean they're not a narcissist. So we have to remember that. And I think I had watched Dr. Ramani. She's a very good psychologist here on YouTube. She gives away a lot of information. And she had said like 1 in 10 people are narcissistic. That's how gross we've gotten as a society. 1 in 10 people are narcissistic. And so we have to understand when we're talking about a true narcissist, it's life-changing if you become entangled with a true narcissist. And that word gets overused. And if you have been entangled with a true narcissist, you may have PTSD. You may have complex PTSD. You may have felt betrayal trauma unlike anything you've ever felt before in your life. It's insidious. It's demonic. And whatever demon is inside of that person abusing you, and it's a shameful, embarrassing abuse. So a lot of people suffer quietly, especially the empaths, who are the narcissist's perfect mark. If you don't understand narcissism, you can feel so hopeless, you may blow your flame out. And that is the goal of the demon that resides inside that person. So let's sit in that for a minute. That is the goal for that demon inside the narcissist, is to get you to blow your flame out. Now that we understand that, we will armor ourselves up. You will never blow my flame out. Knowledge is the key to freedom. So a narcissist, it sounds like, yeah, that sucks, but it's doable to deal with that kind of person. Or if you find out somebody has had narcissist abuse, a narcissist, somebody with narcissistic personality disorder, a narcissist, is a cluster B category, and that is the same category as a psychopath. That is the same category as Charles Manson. It's the same category as Adolf Hitler. That's the level of abuse, insidious, private, grind you down to nothing in your self-esteem, gaslighting. That's the level of abuse that this demon is doing. So as an empath, if you've had this abuse, you may feel lost. You may feel hopeless. This demon has attached itself as an energy vampire and has sucked all of your light until there's nothing left, and then it's going to throw you away. A narcissist always has a plan. You may not know it. It's like, how can they move on so quick? How can they do it? It's because they triangulate. So while they're doing this fake, insidious relationship with you, they're completely cheating on you with another person they're just getting it started with. And so I'm going to attach a video by a wonderful galactic professor, and he explains narcs of a feather flock together. And that'll be in the comments section here on YouTube, the link for that. Wonderful information. So while you think you're in just a regular relationship, you as an empath or just a normal fucking person would never treat somebody this way, would never look somebody in the face and fucking lie straight to their fucking face and then turn around and go to sleep. Like, you can't fathom doing that to someone. They've been doing that to you for an extended period of time. And the whole time, they've had a new person on the back burner that you have absolutely no idea about. And then when they're finally done sucking everything they can get out of you, they throw you away. It's called a narcissistic discard. And I'll put another video about that too. They will throw you away. So imagine a stovetop. You are the big pot in the front, and there's another pot in the back. Yeah, they're done with you. They take your pot, fling it over, and move the other one into the front. They completely cut you off. You're dying. How did this just happen? Yesterday, you know, everything was fine. No. A year ago, they had already started up this other thing. And then it all hits you. And betrayal trauma is a thing where you understand this whole time you were betrayed. Not just kind of betrayed, like a next level, life-altering betrayal. And that's called a tower. You get a tower. So you can feel the worst kind of spiritual depression. You can feel absolutely lost and alone. If this has happened to you, you can go a very long time before dating anyone. Like, the idea of dating anyone could be absolutely terrifying. So here's what you have to remember if this resonates. Knowledge is the key to freedom. So if you're watching my channel, I give a lot of knowledge on how to heal from narcissist abuse. I do a lot of linking to wonderful galactic professors who give this information for free at your leisure. So you're busy, yeah, when you're on break, when you're taking a shit, when you're sitting at the bus stop, when you're whatever. Watch these videos and you'll feel better. Knowledge is the key to freedom. And it is okay to jump back in because you have been taught these red flags. So you're not a sucker. You just didn't know how to identify this narcissistic behavior. And if you're a scapegoat of your family, a dysfunctional family, this might be normal behavior for you. You might have been raised all along this. Transactional, attention, zero unconditional love. It's not normal. And so when you start learning about it, you can identify it. And you can say, I'm not going to ignore that red flag in this, maybe this new person. My intuition is telling me something is off. I'm going to listen to my intuition. I went through a very difficult thing, and I got through the other side, and I'm a Jedi now. And I can identify these red flags. And on the other hand, I can also, and it's not just negative, on the other hand, I can identify the other Jedis now. I can identify the other empaths. I can identify the kind people. So it is legit, the fear after a narcissist. That kind of abuse can give you PTSD, post-traumatic stress, complex PTSD. Can send you into very beautiful. I hear you are very beautiful. That's what your guy says. It can send you into a brutal spiritual awakening. And there's one more video I'm going to link. Why narcissist abuse causes spiritual awakening. And she's a beautiful galactic teacher. She has great information as well. So if you resonate with any of those, watch those 3 videos. They're for free, and they're in the comment section right here. If you don't feel comfortable clicking the link, I totally get it. I promise I'm not nefarious linking. Do you like my stripe? Yes, I'll have a stripe. And you can, if you don't want to click the link, you can, I put the titles too, so you can copy the title and paste it into the search. But if you link it, it'll just go right there. Because guess what? I'm not a narcissist. I'm an empath. It's true. It's true. A portal might mean something. A portal. So, darlings, what happens after all this horrible abuse? You go through the rebirth. Hello. And your soul family finds you. Other people from Healdville. And life gets great again. It might get great for the first time in a really long time. So remember that. Don't let that demonic entity get you thinking about blowing any flames out. Understand there is an end to this. Get out of your own way. Surrender. And surrender means, in my work, this is really happening. I acknowledge that this is really happening. And I am loving and lovable. All right. I love you. I hope you love you.